Stan Gibilisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV, Whiskey 1, Good Vibrations. My first key for CW was what they call a straight key. It actually came with a code practice oscillator that my dad must have bought it for me, of course. I was probably about 11 or 12 years old, and a brass pounder, but it was just a very simple device. I wish I could show it to you. It's somewhere in this nerd castle, partially disassembled, but just laying around for old time's sake. Memorabilia. But it would still work if I put a spring in it and put some contact back on it. But from there, I graduated to a keyer, which involved a vibroplex-like device, single lever keyer. You press it to the left, da 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 da. To the right, did 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 did, and back and forth, da 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 da, and all that stuff. A single lever keyer, no dot memory nor dash memory. I believe that the first keyer that I ever had was an Ico keyer. Echo, India, Charlie, Oscar. I finally got O right. I was always saying ocean, but I checked the phonetics as if I need to know those as a CW operator, right? That's for phone operators, SSB in particular, but I use it here just so that you know it's spelled Echo, India, Charlie, Oscar, Ico keyer. I've got a video somewhere that shows that keyer, somewhere in my great roster, my great empire of videos. But once then I graduated to the Iambic method of keying, which is a dual lever paddle, the same as a single lever, da 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 da, did 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 did. But when you squeeze the two levers, you get da 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 da, and it has both dot and dash memory, which, if you get in good practice, allows for a little faster keying. I believe my maximum keying speed when I was obsessed with that sort of thing was about 45 words a minute with a single lever paddle, and maybe 55 words a minute with an iambic paddle. But then I thought, what if an iambic paddle, were so sensitive to the touch that all you had to do was just lay your finger on one of the sides of the paddle and it would actuate it? A touch-sensitive keyer paddle. And I found that they actually did exist, and I got one. An iambic touch-sensitive paddle. The same da 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 da, did 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 did, if you press the left and the right, and da 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 if you press both together, if you squeeze it, as it were. But the surfaces of the paddle were not just plastic connected to levers, but they were electrical grids of conductors, such that just putting your finger on them would cause them to actuate. So it had zero tension in effect, as if the springs were infinitely sensitive. It was nothing moved. The levers did not move. You'd think you could go even faster than you could with a lever-type paddle if you had a touch-sensitive paddle. But I discovered, in fact, that was a lot more trouble than it was made out to be for me, and made it hard for me to send CW at all. Every little bounce of my finger, every little tremble of my hand would get caught by that perfectly sensitive device, and the result was it just didn't work very well. Surprising. But I suppose they still exist, and some people might have better luck with them. But as for the goal of getting up to 65 or 70 words a minute or some such obscene, absurd speed, it took a keyboard keyer to do that. And my first keyboard keyers were from a company called HAL Devices. HAL as in the movie. What was 2001: A Space Odyssey? HAL, Hotel, Alpha, Lima. And in fact, when I got to ARRL headquarters for a while there in the editorial department, I worked next to a guy who had formerly worked for HAL Devices, which then became HAL Communications. I don't know if they still exist or not. Maybe they do. But the keyboard keyers allowed me to send, well, up to about 70 words a minute. As if, there's really a need to go that fast on CW. But back in my college days, I was really obsessed with that kind of thing. And there were a few people who could send upwards of 80 words a minute and receive in their heads at the same speeds. One guy claimed to be able to go 100 words a minute. Well, now we got computers that can do all that, right? We got computers that can operate our radios for us. Maybe we'll someday have computers that can live our lives for us. And then we won't have to bother to be born at all. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. It could happen. Right? Not in my lifetime. Stangibilisco, W1GV, saying 73. And so long, which, in my native fist, regardless of the keying device, so long always translates to da-da-da-da-da-da.